Are we here? Is it working? Yay, it's working! Woo! Maybe the game isn't. Never mind, I'll have to jump back in. Oh well. Anyway, welcome everybody to this very professional live stream from the League of Dracula 2025. This is a semi-final tiebreaker match between Aerol playing as the Hunters and Pizzawizard playing as Dracula. Pizzawizard choosing where to start. That's absolutely fine. Anyway, everybody on Twitch, say hi to everybody on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, hello, thank you for watching this back afterwards. My god, what is going on with my hair? Oh dear, fair warning, I have a cough. I will endeavour to mute myself as much as possible during the match. The strepsils are here. Not Sophia and not Cologne, but could be Brussels. Anywho. Oh dear. Right. Anyway, very exciting stuff, because obviously we're reaching the end of this tournament. Semi-final. We know one of our finalists, that's R2Win, the number 2 seed, who beat Artunum. Confusing, but never mind. They are two different people. Number 11 seed in the first semi-final, 2-0. And now we have a tiebreaker between Aerol and Pizzawizard to find out who will have a chance to get their hands on the trophy and go down in Fury of Dracula Discord folklore forever. And who... that'll be the victor, obviously. And the loser of this match will just become a footnote in the memories of some of us going, oh yeah, they were in the semi-final that one year, weren't they? I'm only joking. Because, firstly, it's only a game, so it's not the end of the world if people lose. But also, there have been 20 amazing people in this tournament, and in the end, only one can win. And whoever wins it, brilliant for them, but it does not diminish the journeys and the heroics of everybody else. So, congratulations to both of these players to get to this stage anyway, but we'll see who can take one more step. Hello, Determinator. Welcome in. So, while they're doing the normal supplying and stuff, let's talk about the players. So, Aerol, playing as Hunters, escape route Mina. Number 8 seed, finished 9-7 after the 16 games in the league phase. And then beat number 9 seed Terminus in a tiebreaker in the first round, and then beat number 16 seed Geo on a tiebreaker in the quarterfinal. So it looks like Aerol is very much the king of the tiebreakers at the moment. We'll see if it can make it 3 tiebreaker wins from 3. We'll have to see. Aerol has been in the community since the beginning of our tournaments. Has been in every single one that they've been eligible for. And yeah, has very much just gone strength to strength in each one. Has always been kind of consistent around the sort of the 50% win-loss ratio, but this year in particular has done very well in the knockout stages and made it through. So, that's the situation. Then we have Pizzawizard, number 5 seed. Of course, I should say, North American champion for 2023. League of Dracula champion for 2023. League of Dracula 2024 runner-up. That's last year. One of the all-time great players in the community, always very consistent, and just an all-round lovely guy. So, Pizzawizard finished 5th in the league phase, only marginally losing out to 4th place to Medium Buckholz. I can't remember now, was it 10 wins? No, 11 wins out of 16? Can't remember, somebody in the chat will tell me. Hi Snuff, hi Gyro. And you're very welcome, by the way. Pizzawizard beat Combat Wombat in the first round of the knockouts, and I think that was 2-0. There wasn't need for a tiebreak there. But then had to play against the mighty Mr. Green, number 4 seed, in the quarterfinals, and won on a tiebreak. So we'll have to see. Is this going to be Pizzawizard's year again? Or is he going to fall at the penultimate hurdle? We'll have to see. All we know is R2 Win is waiting in the wings to find out who their opponent is going to be. Dracula's been discovered. Bari's on the trail. Pizzawizard won't like that. Obviously, Bari is quite a difficult place to get to, so it will require some commitment from the hunters. But now, because he's been discovered, Dracula can maybe change his mind what he does. He's either in Rome or Naples right now. So Dracula can alter his plans accordingly. Or maybe just proceed with the same plans as he already had. I'm not quite sure what Dracula was planning. So anyway, very interesting thing that's happened here, right? So the way that these tiebreaker matches work is, it's the person who's performed best across the two previous games decides what role they want. Now, obviously, Pizzawizard is a very good player on both sides. I don't think anybody can dispute that, but is clearly sort of better known as a hunter player. Very strong, consistent hunter. But I think in the matchup against Mr. Green, Pizzawizard lost as hunters and then had to beat Mr. Green as Dracula in order to take it to a tiebreaker. I can't remember in the tiebreaker if I think Pizzawizard might have played hunters in the tiebreaker, I think. Then in this set of games against Aerol, Pizzawizard lost again as the hunters and had to do the hard work and win as Dracula in game 2. But managed to win with a little bit more health, so which meant Pizzawizard was the one who had the choice of what role to take here. Now, statistically, and some people in the community like to talk about this, that the hunters are OP, or maybe the stronger faction, might be a slightly less clickbaity way to talk about it. And obviously Pizzawizard is very well known as a hunter player. But R2 Win may be trying to play some mind games, I'm not sure, in the Discord. Put up some stats, which I thought was pretty interesting. Now, I can't verify these, because I haven't done the calculations myself, but we'll take it on face value that R2 Win's calculations are correct. Oh, good, army's moving. So, the win rates for these two players across the league phase and the knockout phase, so they've played slightly different number of games, but it's not a big deal. Pizzawizard has a 64% win rate on Hunters and a 67% win rate on Dracula, so pretty even on both roles. But that's still, I would say for Pizzawizard, that's pretty low, and that really goes to consider also like the strength of the other players in the league, that even someone as good as Pizzawizard is, you know, losing a few more games. Aerol has 58% win rate on Dracula, so a little bit lower than Pizzawizard, but, you know, almost there. But only a 33% win rate on Hunters. Although did beat Geo twice in the quarterfinals on Hunters, I will say. So I found that very interesting, and I don't know if that got into Pizzawizard's head or not, but Pizzawizard decided now to pick Dracula in this tiebreaker, to go against his stronger faction, and maybe the stronger faction statistically, to go as Dracula. Snuff's talking about it in the chat as well. It's there's a lot of mind games going on with this. It's very interesting. I'm personally very surprised by that. I know, if I was in Pizzawizard's shoes, I would have still picked Hunters, if that's the role you're more comfortable with. Dracula can be very swingy. We saw it in the quarterfinal matchup, which I still actually have to upload onto YouTube. I'll try and remember to do that. That it looked kind of good for Dracula for a bit, but then Dracula just got caught and then got pounced on 3-on-1 and died. So Pizzawizard's going to be playing this entire game with a lot of fear that Aerol could just jump on. But then we did see it in game 2, the recording that R2 Win did, that Pizzawizard was able to sort of manipulate Aerol and sort of drag, you know, the hunters around. Got a Dark Souls returns, which accelerated the game. But still, even at that point, as R2 Win was pointing out, the hunters were still in a really bad shape anyway, even if that vampire was dealt with, or the winning vampire, I should say, was dealt with. So, again, is that going to affect Aerol's thinking? Maybe not. Aerol goes very high risk, high reward strategy on the hunters. Not maybe the same sort of like consistency as somebody like a Pizzawizard. But it's very interesting that Pizzawizard decided to go as Dracula here. Maybe trying to prove that hunters are not OP. We'll have to see. So it's kind of interesting here how Gadami decides to backtrack into Venice. But that means we know that he's in Florence. If Dracula gets consecrated, like, nuked now, the scenes, the absolute scenes that would be. But he might be in Rome or in Naples hiding. He's not guaranteed to be in Florence. So, hello Swiftly, welcome in. So yeah, yeah. So both of these players, in terms of experience, you know, they're both, you know, pretty much even with each other. But Pizzawizard has the experience of going deeper into competitions and then winning them. So that might play a bit of a role here. But Aerol is capable enough. If he just gets one good opportunity in the right combo of cards, we're going to have a dead Drac. So we're going to have to see. It's possible here there's going to be a hoax into a vampire. Will the hunters even bother dealing with that? Peterman's going to be a little bit careful here, because if he does misposition, these three hunters can easily pounce on him. Chartered Carriage, or just a normal rail move, sense of emergencies and stuff. You could be a 3-on-1 situation, and we could have a, you know, a very, very short game. Dracula's Wolf Foreman. Okay. I kind of respect that. Given the threat, you want to kind of spread it. But even then, I don't like wolf forms from Florence, because it doesn't take you many places. Really. Unless it's a fake wolf form. But the fake wolf form doesn't really get you very far either. So, I don't really like this, personally. I still think using Italy like a fake island is better, where you then go east. And then the hunters in Vienna are kind of torn between, do we actually deal with all this trail and let a hoax and a vampire mature? Or... No, but Gadami was in Genoa. So he can't have wolf form from Genoa, I don't think. Unless I've missed something. Which is very possible. He could have wolf formed into Genoa. But I don't like that either, because that would get... The gambit would... that would be sussed out pretty quickly. Munich's risky, because it could be a 2-on-1. Oh wait, what is... Did Gadami supply? He must have done. Milan. Maybe Dracula's in Marseille, because maybe Dracula's reckoned that if these two don't have horses, they won't get into Marseille. They could have a chartered carriage or sense of emergency, but... Okay, excellent weathering onto Bari. That's good. And that means because Mina's going today, she'll be able to deal with Bari, get delayed by it if it is a hoax, and then be able to go into the VAP. Now, if it's a fog, on the other hand, she won't make it to Naples or Rome in time, I believe, if I count that correctly. That's right, Determinator. If we're both saying things, we'll keep each other right. Between us, we won't miss anything. We'll have to see. If there's anything wrong with the audio quality and the like, do let me know. No hide. Okay, interesting. So it was a wolf form from Florence then. So it's only Munich and Marseille that have to get checked now. I mean, it could be Genoa, but again, I think Genoa's gonna... Unless he goes into Marseille now and tries to catch Seward. Ooh, using the stake on the hoax. Okay, that's kind of wild. I mean, you do have an escape route. But you had enough time. Mina had enough time to do it, and you know there's no hide. So I mean, I guess the problem is you don't know which space it is. Well, actually, no, you do know. It has to be Naples. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a phone call. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, I'm back. I had visions that the game would be done by the time I got back. But it's still going, so that's good. Okay, so Dracula will form to Munich. Okay, that's an interesting gambit. Given that, you know, with Sense of Emergency on Seward, you could have had a 3-on-1. Maybe Dracula just thought they're going to go and deal with the trail. They don't want to give up points that early. Oh. Discarding Holy Bullets. Interesting. Whoa, what is going on? We got a non-rumored vampire. Oh, escape route. Very nice. Okay. So Mina has the other one. So both escape routes were drawn. Mystic's Research. Oh my goodness. This is nice. Ah, so Mina can supply. Oh, that's really good, actually. I still think keeping the stake would have been better, but... Oh! That could have gone bad. Well, there is the escape route. Fair enough. Now, the advantage here for Dracula, if Dracula is east, you've got Mina and Stewart who are basically westward of you now. So... oh dear. So, that's me. I'm allergic to not playing Fury of Dracula. But still, Hunters have dealt with Rumour Token. That's really important. But do they have movement? And that's the thing. Have we seen any fast horses yet? I'm assuming not. Based upon the way they've moved, there's only with rails. So if they haven't got horses, maybe if Dracula's realised this... It makes sense why Dracula put a mob in Munich thinking they could get multiple hunters going in. You don't think you've seen horses? Okay, it makes sense. Do we think Rome is a bat? Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. To be honest. Even a fog here would be pretty devastating, because you're trapping these two in Italy so much longer. Will the hunters want to use up these mystic researches? That's the thing. Only one stake discarded, only one holy bullets discarded. No, it's a bodyguards. Okay. Bodyguards are still nice. We get information about Seward. A rifle. Okay. Okay. Oh, there's a manual at the bottom of the deck. Oh, yikes. Good job with the Mystic Research. 2 blood transfusions discarded. Okay, so good that they've been discarded, but unfortunate for the hunters that they've drawn both of them so early. So the hunters are a little bit, you know, event light, which kind of, I think, justifies the use of Mystic Research here this early. To try and just get some events going, and also then try and find those horses. You really don't want Van Helsing to get them, so I'd probably move Van Helsing over, actually. Or maybe they have horses, but maybe the ticket economy's not right, but I haven't seen them been doing tickets recently. Maybe they didn't do it just now and I missed it. So meanwhile, I assume Dracula's just going to be moseying around in the east and taking advantage of the fact that hunters at the moment don't have movement. Excellent weather got used. That's also really critical for later on too. And also in this situation, you know that Mina's not going to just suddenly hop across like this. But even then you got a Bari layer, so you got to be a bit careful. Oh, Dracula did go Zagreb. Ooh, that's intriguing. So Dracula, did he go Vienna then? Or maybe Dracula went into Munich and then backtracked like to Zurich or something. Now that would be fun. Dracula could be like in Clermont-Ferrand by now going to Toulouse, and the hunters have then moved the wrong direction. If Godalming doesn't have horses, this is going to be very painful. Okay, that's good. The Psychic Scan could work here, because you could rule out Geneva. If Dracula went up to Nuremberg, then back down again. What do we think, chat? What do we think Dracula is? Gotta remember, Rufus Smith is in play, so that might, again, not right now. Oh no, wait. Oh no, Rufus Smith isn't in play. Wait. Did Aerol search? Must have done. Okay, I missed that. At least that means if they wanted to, the hunters... if they rule out it's not the east, they could just kind of wait for this part of the trail to sort of slide across. But then they are giving Dracula a huge lead at that point. Administrating tickets. Right. Is Florence getting dealt with? Maybe just let Florence mature, especially since there's a rumour token behind it that would get wiped by it. Unless it's a fake rumour, which would be kind of fun. But I don't think so. Maybe the house will just let this go. Dracula is getting Wolfform back soon too. That's also something else to consider. So at the moment, it's actually worked out quite well for Dracula. I didn't like the opening so much. But in the end, because the Hunters didn't move into Munich, I think going to Munich with Godalming would have been worth it. And if you realise that it's empty, then Mina can just X and weather onto Bari anyway. If you discover it there, then maybe Mina could go in and you sacrifice the Italy location. Or the Italy sort of encounters. If Sud had the capability of getting to Munich too, but he would have needed a sense of emergency from Paris. And maybe he didn't have it. So, yeah. Okay, I like this Charlie carriage a lot. I don't know if I like it going to Zurich as much. I think going to Marseille would have been better. But Sud's there. But actually, you got to be careful because that could have been an ambush, and then that would, you know, gain 3 damage onto Sud when you got this thing about to mature. But at least the Hunters now have realised that Dracula's backtracked a little bit. Oh, Mina is going to deal with it. Does she supply a stake? Ooh, but then she's got the knife. She might just be able to kill it without it. Ooh, I don't know about using the escape route here. I don't like using escape routes on day fights unless you desperately need to prevent the points or the health. But Mina's not going to be in the thick of it. It's not as if she's going to jump onto Dracula tomorrow, so she doesn't need the health. I would have taken the fight, because imagine you can kill that vamp without having to use the stake. Then suddenly the game opens up now, where you're like, oh, I've got a huge advantage in terms of killing these vamps. But then again, if Sud's got a stake and Mina's got a stake, then, you know, then maybe it's alright then. Okay, then that's fine. I still think you didn't have to play the escape route, but that's okay. But it's actually really good for the Hunters here. 2 vampires dead. Yeah, 2 stakes are down, but they killed 2 fighting vamps. Really, really good stuff there. Really good stuff. I understand why Dracula didn't ambush with the one in Zurich, because imagine that one dies. But then in the end, got no value out of it anyway. He might have got a point, and I think maybe the points are worth it. So yeah, I don't know what happened there in terms of stakes, if they managed to like Mystic Research supply them, or if Sud had like double stake and brought them over to Mina. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But, really good stuff. Cleared up, you know, another rumour token dealt with, so there's only 1 more to go. But do they have the movement? That's like now the big question. Can they actually start getting ahead of Dracula a little bit? Van Helsing coming over would really help. Just having an extra body in here is going to be great. Okay, Dracula did go to Marseille. That's fine. So Dracula's now probably like in Madrid, Alicante, Santander, something like this. Along this line. But that means then Van Helsing could rail down here and check one of these things, check Bordeaux. That's really nice. But it doesn't seem like they got horses, because there's not any movement with them, which is rather concerning. But then again, if Dracula's going to Iberia, you don't really need horses. I mean, they can help, especially when you try and do like a renewed vigor sort of jump play, but you got good rail connections into here. If Gyro's in the chat, I don't know if Gyro's still in the chat, but Gyro would be talking about these white rail lines and how they're so efficient. So maybe you don't need the horses. Hired scouts, lovely. Very nice. Just to kind of know like how deep into Iberia Dracula is. He has gone kind of predictable, but he could have done something sneaky and gone into Bordeaux, blah blah blah. Rome to Zurich was a maximally efficient rail line. Yes, I mean he did use all 4 of the Charlie carriages, yes. Yeah, it's just also you can get from Milan to Marseille. So that's why I was kind of thinking it'd be better if Sud went to Marseille instead to get that information if Dracula's gone west. But then he could have been on the Dracula Highway, as we call it, for these small cities. But Sud managed to get to Zurich and deal with the vamp. I mean, that's really good. I think there's a lot of things with this game where you see people making moves and you go, oh, I don't really agree with that move, but then the way it works out, it actually worked out really efficient. So, you know, I'm not gonna complain at all. Aerol's doing a good job so far. Yeah. But good that Van Helsing's over here, gets that extra body, allows the others to kind of supply up a little bit and try and get those horses if they don't have them, or I don't like. I think just staying in Munich is better. Just stay put and supply up for a bit, unless it's a ticket problem, because there were some ticket things going on. Oh, and Pizzawizard's going through a lot of vampires early. That's 4 already. So there's only 1 more aristocratic and 2 new vampires to go. And new vampires you can team up on. Yay! I love trains. Of course you do. Hey, Warcraft. Konami has strong eyes. He doesn't want to discard? Yeah, possibly. Possibly. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait, what? Oh my god, party in Marseille tonight. Holy moly. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he has like double Heavenly Host and a horse or something. It's not impossible the way Godami supplies. Hey, Warcraft. That's alright, no problem. To be honest, I didn't know until like 20 minutes before either. So it's okay. That's why I didn't put out any request to anybody about co-commentary or whatever. But hopefully for the final, we can try and organise something. And try and get some different people in, or try and do some triple commentary or something. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. In due course, a lot will depend obviously who makes it to the final and how we can organise these things. But welcome in, welcome in. Nice to have you all here. So yeah, Dracula's just going to be moseying around in Iberia for a bit. What I might do for the people on Twitch is I might quickly run an ad break, just so then once it gets towards the finale of the match, it shouldn't be interrupted. So yeah, people who are not subscribed on Twitch, you're going to get a 2-minute advert, but nothing really critical should happen in the next day, I say, and then watch the renewed vigor come out. Everybody who's on YouTube or has subscribed on Twitch, then you don't get the ad. Have I miscounted? Oh, he has 1 reckless. That's true. No, he does have a reckless. That's right. 1 reckless, 1 aristocratic, and 2 new vamps. Okay, so right. Half of his encounters? Oh yeah, Drax halfway through the deck. Oh, interesting. Had the nice symmetry there. Half the encounters, half the deck. But then there are 5 on the trail. So there could be lots of vamps in here, or maybe Drax is saving those vamps for later. Pizzawizard seem to front load, you know, 2 very early rumor tokens. Is very interesting. Oh, there's a absolute. It's not Oktoberfest. Dying over here. Oh dear. Great wolf, more like great cough. Right. We got a party in Marseille. Whatever the French equivalent of Oktoberfest is. That's what's happening. Never mind, Mina's moving. And Dracula has actually left Iberia. Oh dear, excuse me. Welp. Interesting. I'll try not to. I just cannot. I've got water, thank you. I've just been very unlucky with colds. This cough is very persistent. Anyway, so Dracula has not gone deep into Iberia, has tried to sneak out into Gallia. Obviously, no psychic scan. Not that it would matter this turn, but it would matter now. Because of the possibility of being in Geneva. Oh no, it wasn't. Local rumours didn't hit Clermont-Ferrand. Well, this is interesting. Dracula could get caught here. He has... Right. Is it a fog? This has to be... that had to be in a fog. But Dracula decided not to pull the trigger on it. Good news for Dracula is Sud only has 1 ticket.
I'm in danger!
Unless it's not fog and Pizzawizard is trying to make Aerol think that it's fog, right? And that's why I love the prompt so much. Yeah, this Dracula could be in danger here, but Sud only has 1 ticket. And there's half a chance he doesn't have the right ticket, but plays the wax cylinders, and it is Le Havre with a fog. Interesting. So Mina could get in, but does she have forewarned though? No, she doesn't go in, but she deals with the trail. Discards the knife. Ooh. No escape routes. Oh dear. No escape routes, because we've seen both of them being used, but no Lucy's Revenge, no Lucky Find, no Heroic Leap, no Planned Ambush on Godalming. But if Godalming doesn't have horses, he can be really well equipped for this fight. Let's find out. Fangs from Dracula into a heavenly host! Never mind! Oh dear. And just like that, the combat's over. Dracula bites Godalming, and that's that. Read the insert. Yeah, exactly. Warecraft's making a very good point. In terms of, like, it's not great for the hunters, but at the same time, there was no escape as bat, which is, you know, escape as bat from here would be brutal. Because you can escape to Strasbourg, and then you can wolf form from Strasbourg. And then there's just numerous places, and if it seems like the hunter movement is limited for whatever reason, that could cause a lot of trouble. But, you know, Dracula got, you know, a bite and health and stuff. Not ideal from the hunter perspective, but it's not the worst case scenario. And that's always, like, sometimes as hunters, that's what you need. You don't need to get the best case scenario, but you need to stop the worst case scenario. So, it seemed like Mina did the day search and was able to night supply a knife, or not a knife, was able to resupply back up after losing the knife. That's what I think. We'll want to keep that fog on the trail. Oh, very good point. Yeah, because it didn't trigger, did it? So... Oh, that's kind of interesting. Dracula's gone to sea. So they're going to have to probably move into Le Havre at some point to try and cross the channel. But then if Consecrated Ground is a thing... But won't be a CG nuke, which is kind of important. Oh, interesting. Gadami moved off Le Havre? Oh, I guess you need to resupply, but... Oh, now Le Havre could get... That's a tricky one. I assume Dracula's just going to go to Britain and hope that the hunters don't have CG. Oh. Okay, that I didn't expect. I didn't expect Sewer to go all the way down there. So there's not much pressure on the UK, because nobody's gone to Le Havre. It's not as if Seward could have moved to, like, Cologne to go North Sea direction. Oh. I'm glad that Aerol's joined the game. It has been the AI for the first half. I'm only joking. Aerol's been playing very well. Good game. Good game all round. I'm going to blow my nose 1 second, people. Did I spy a Sister Agatha? Oh, I did. I did spy a Sister Agatha. Interesting. That would have been much better, obviously, for the fight in Le Havre. But you can't stop that timing. Okay. That's fine. Seward might have a Heavenly Host here. Which would be pretty big if that's the case, because obviously Dracula's taking sea damage here. But that's just getting Dracula... Dracula's reshuffled his deck. So actually now, what Snuff was talking about, right? This fog, once it does get consumed, it's going into the discard pile. So the possibility of a third fog is not on the cards. Unless Dracula can get through his entire deck again. So yeah, Dracula might regret not ambushing with the fog. But then again, if Gadami had forewarned, you know, he could be dead already. So it was a tough call. Tough call indeed. Dracula might just play safe and wolf form to Swansea here just to make sure. Especially that there's an excellent weather that's already been used. So, you know, the only one... I mean, no hunter can get onto Britain today. That's pretty important. We know this space is Santander, so that's absolutely fine. It's a wolf form. Okay. It surely has to be to Swansea. Unless it is to Manchester, because he knows that there's no consecrated ground. Nuke. A worst case scenario, they push him back to London, and that's not really a big deal. So yeah, Dracula's actually quite safe to go to Manchester. Manchester's a bit awkward because it's not on a port, so the Huns will have to go one space further in to the UK to be able to deal with it. So maybe this is where the last rumor token could come into play. But we haven't seen a lot of like very, very strong hunter events, right? So you know the really big, the big ones, the Great Strength, Heroic Elite, the two renewed vigors, Cosmic Red, they're all still out there, and even stuff like planned ambushes and things could really come into play later on too. But now Aerol's designed to supply up a bit, which I really like. But you need to try to put a bit of pressure on here. This is kind of why I think keeping an escape route would have been useful, because you can send somebody over and they get caught in a bad situation, they can just escape route out of it. Oh, wait, taking tickets? What? What? Surprising return. Okay, you're gonna search. It's not Swansea. So I guess it is Manchester after all. Ooh, it's a vamp. It's another vampire. This one you could actually let mature, to be honest, because then you don't have to deal with Non, you don't have to deal with the Fog and Le Havre. Yeah, maybe just let it go. There's a planned ambush. Again, I don't like planned ambushes being used as, like, glorified escape routes. Not in a circumstance like this where it's Seward and he's full health. If he was lower health, then I could probably understand it, but Seward shouldn't be dying here. You know, you should be escape. You might take 4 damage or 6. Plotting. Oh wow. Okay. I'd let this go personally. I don't think it's worth dealing with. And you clear Le Havre, which makes things easier for the hunters to get on and off. You know, unless has Dracula wolf formed into Brussels? Is that something that is a possibility? Was there a psychic scan? Gyro will remember. Oh wow! So it actually did end up electing to punch after all that. Which is very interesting. So Seward looks like Aerol wants to take this on, but then as soon as Pizzawizard sees that, Pizzawizard's mentality is going to go into purely, okay, I need to defend this vampire. And then try and kill Seward through it, if it's possible. Does Seward have holy bullets? Is that what's going on? The irony if Pizzawizard loses a vamp to holy bullets. Yeah, I would have just escaped anyway, to be honest. Oh, yeah, this looks like a holy bullets, but obviously now the vamp won't die now. Do you just use the holy bullets anyway? Yeah, maybe just, you just use them, because you're giving the information to Dracula. Because of the prompt. Fang from the vampire. Ooh, good dodge. Good dodge, Seward. So the vampire can die to any sort of attacking thing here from the hunter. But the vampire could escape. Especially if his escape is missed. Because crucifixes, I don't know what the crucifix situation is. Both in the discard. So there's no crucifix here to block escape is missed. It wouldn't do damage to the vampire, but it doesn't matter, it would block it. So as Seward here, do you throw out a weapon on the hope that... But then once if it gets strength and you've lost a weapon. But then Seward's going to go back and resupply anyway. Oh no, this escape is missed. Never mind, the vampires... So those holy bullets got used for nothing. Oh well, it looked cool though. So that one HP vamp is going to mature. 3 points for Dracula. But the fog is going to go into the discard pile. Whatever non is. Good job that Godalming actually didn't search it. Very good. Nice psychic scan. Nice psychic scan. So we definitely know it's not... Oh, yeah, because of course of the timing. Derp. Very nice. So there's no funny business. Dracula is definitely in the UK and is either... It has to be Manchester or fake wolf form to London. Or Plymouth, I guess. But that'd be crazy. I presume it's Manchester. That gives Dracula like an extra day, can go into Liverpool, Swansea, Hyde kind of thing, feed, and then get out of there. Or maybe go into London, if English Channel's coming off the trail. Oh, Laird the Vamp. Okay, that's really interesting. So Dracula really appreciates...
Cheese.
Hello, Anna. Thanks for that. Yeah, Dracula's really appreciating the presence of this fog here, is really making it awkward for the hunters to get into the UK. So Dracula is wanting that more than the 3 points, which I can definitely respect. Yeah, exactly. Don't risk CG Hotel. Manchester would not be CG Hotel, that's the thing. Although, actually, you gotta be careful. If Dracula's backtracked into London here, CG could give him a checkmate penalty for 5 damage. Because Manchester would be kind of acting like a Heavenly Host token, because you can't misdirect a wolf form location. But Pizzawizard is wily. I don't think he would risk... Whoa! Okay, never mind. Oh, wait, putting it in Swansea? What? Is he in Liverpool? Oh, this is kind of interesting. If he puts, if Dracula's in Liverpool, he's gonna be forced out of the UK. Oh. Huh. Interesting. So Dracula is in Liverpool. We know that for a fact. Unless he's hiding in Manchester. Okay, that signals to me that he's in Liverpool. Those two hunters move into the Irish Sea. Dracula probably hides and then they move in. Or maybe he leaves already. But Dracula's trapped between the CG and the wolf form. So Dracula can only go Irish Sea direction. But how much can he bait like Godalming and Mina in here? They are bitten. Whoa, wait, what? I didn't expect that move. Oh my god, Van Helsing's equipped. I don't know what this move is. Unless there's like a renewed vigor, but you don't have to use a renewed vigor, I suppose. I don't quite understand. Unless no. Did Dracula actually like fake wolf form to Plymouth? But the problem is, how do you, as a hunter, well, Ah, interesting. Okay, so if you play Renewed Vigor now, Godalming lands in Edinburgh. Dracula's either there, or if he's not there, you know he's in Liverpool. Never mind, Dracula was in Liverpool. Dracula was in Liverpool. So as Mina here, do you land in Dublin to try and like stop like Dracula from just landing there for free? There's a lot of mind games going on in this one. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Ah, back Godalming goes. No rumor token though. No rumor token here, which is very important. So maybe the hunters just let it go and just don't even bother with it. Which I would, yeah, definitely understand. Unless Mina wants to land in Liverpool, but... don't know, is she equipped? She's down an item, by the way. Yeah, yeah, it happened later, right? You're going to Galway, so yeah, I guess you could do it that way. Yeah. I guess now, if Dracula lands, then Godalming just instantly moves into Galway, and then Seward moves into North Atlantic next turn. So okay, I kind of get that. That's interesting. I just find it funny how Godalming went back and forth, but the thing is, hunters cannot stay in a C zone. They have to move during the day phase. They can't just permanently sit there, which I think is a really nice sort of design of the game. So if you leave too early, you end up sort of backtracking, and that's not good for you. Oh, Mina has a lucky find. Whoa! Oh yeah, you have to play it. Oh, the deck's just reset. A holy circle, anyone? Oh my goodness. Or do you try and grab a stake and you hope that this vamp doesn't kill you? Unless there's great strength, but then you don't care then? Oh my goodness. This is so tense. Holy moly. It's Friday 3rd week, but Dracula has no points yet. But CG's been used. Claws into a punch. Right, here comes the Mesmerize round 2. Or a strength. Both would work out pretty well. Really surprised there's no rumor token over here, but maybe Pizzawizard thought, oh, maybe if I don't put the rumor token on it, then they might ignore it. But then, conversely, if there's a rumor token on it, then they'll go and look for it. Mesmerize. What a surprise! Into a dodge. Okay. So now Dracula can fang and try and kill Mina. This is why you should have used the escape route earlier. You think Manchester is back? We haven't seen any bats yet, actually. Claws into the escape. Mina's on 1 health. Maybe she can't deal with this now. Oh. Oh, hang on. I just had like a really wacky idea. As Dracula, do you misdirect Liverpool and go in and try and kill Mina? Is that nuts? Is that a little bit too crazy? You can, yeah, Dracula won't get trapped behind his own trail that way. Is that a crazy idea? Especially if there's a vampire here. Is that worth it? Oh my goodness. Is that too crazy, chat? You're in the semi-final of the tournament. I think you might have to do something crazy. But there's no consecrated ground to worry about. That's the cool thing about this. No, Dracula's just going back to sea. Boo! Boring, boring Dracula. Does Godalming go back to the North Sea again? Ooh, English Channel. Well, no, the guy has to move anyway. Lots of garlic grease being discarded. No real surprise there. Too early, scouts. Far too early. Mina did get a steak. Whoa. Whoa, okay. So what about Manchester then? That is the question. Alright, what could it be? Because the whole deck's reset. I can't remember. Did the reset happen before this? Maybe it did, but there's still like a new vamp we haven't seen. Bats, like you were saying, but bats wouldn't be too... Well, maybe. Dracula might be able to go on top of Mina. Yeah, Money Trail will be huge. Especially since... Oh, there was a forewarned, but it's on Mina. Mina had a forewarned. Did she get it recently? I don't know. Maybe she did. Mina's only on 2 health. So she must have supplied during the day. Did she supply during the day phase? Not sure. So tricky. Like, I don't know. It's so in the balance. I feel like Dracula's maybe in a slightly stronger position just because of the use of CG, but no points. It's gonna be really hard to try and get up to 13. If Mancha's a vamp, then okay. Problem is, Mina could die to anything. This is the problem. She can die to a bodyguards right now. She could die to a wolves. So, like, she just let Mancha mature, but then it might kill Mina anyway, depending on what it is. Depending on what Mina does as well. Back jamming goes. The problem is he can't draw local rumors, so I don't know what Gadami trying to... Because Evil Presence doesn't tell you anything either. But yeah, yeah, RV is definitely something. Gadami, I think Gadami should have just gone to North Sea, to be honest. Dracula will have wolf form, though. But the fact that Rufus Smith isn't in play is pretty important. Whoa, Mina's not going to check Manchester. Okay. Right, we're definitely going to get a mature out of that, then. It could be that... It did... Was the second Desperate Soil Plate? Because that could be what this is. Excuse me, that's a... I've had a long week yawn, not a... This game is boring. Yawn. There's the money trail. Dracula's in the North Sea! Look at that. No CG, though. So obviously, no, Dracula can't get pinned in. But... Oh, it was a vamp. Whoa. Okay, so probably not worth Mina dealing with one when the second one was there. But then again, Aerol didn't know that. So, Dracula's got big decisions. UK or Germany? Or Brussels, I suppose. The thing is, you know that CG's been used, so now this sort of eastern corridor, which is a CG trap, is now wide open. And if you reckon the hunters don't have exceptional, but they should have movement set up by now. This could be very good. Yeah, this game is going to be right. But Dracula's having to land here without getting points. But Dracula has to make basically 4 moves to win. Unless there's a hunter death or something that we don't account for that way. This move, plus 3 in the 4th week. If he lands normally, Hans need to block Dracula for a second move. No, Dracula's wolf form now. There's an argument for maybe going into Manchester. Because Mina is relatively weak in terms of health. So there's an argument maybe to be doing that. And you know that CG's gone. You don't have to make a huge number of moves. I like the renewed vigor. I like the renewed vigor a lot. Oh dear, excuse me. The only problem is, Nonce a lair. So, Gadami idea wants to land there and go into Brussels. But, depending on what this lair is, this could be pretty bad, but you have to risk it. Oh, a mob, that's not ideal. But it's not game ending for Hunters, so that's okay. You can recover from that. Right, okay. I just assume Dracula's... Oh, slow roll. Oh no! Oh my goodness. I mean, Jack would be jumping for joy about that. But yes, Game is bad is just... You can't let that happen. Ooh, Charted Carriage again. That was Geo's downfall. Will it be Pizzawizards? I assume you're going to Berlin here, Aerol. I assume. But it could be like a... Oh, man. Not there. Leipzig? No, not Leipzig. Oh my goodness. Oh, holy moly. It could be Manchester. It could also be... Call me crazy. But it could be Brussels going into Le Havre. Because Dracula could put double fog. Never mind. Well, you can't now. Because double fog would mean that nobody can go into Le Havre. He can then hide on top of it and then just move to win. But then Vampire Lair could screw that up. Very nice behind the veil. Mina didn't move. So we don't know if Dracula's in Manchester or not. It could also be a fake wolf form to one of the port cities, I suppose. That's also another option. Excuse me 1 second. Oh man, this is tense. Oh my goodness. If there's a second renewed vigor here, then Aerol can do a lot. But there's still a lot of places to check. You've got Hamburg, Amsterdam, Brussels, Cologne, Frankfurt, Strasbourg, Le Havre, and then... Oh, there is second renewed vigor. Holy shit. Manchester, London, Edinburgh. Is Strasbourg too obvious? I don't know. I kind of like Frankfurt. You might be able to sneak past Seward, but then... I don't know. What is Dracula's health situation? 10. You kind of need to get 2 hunters on Drac. A 1v1 wouldn't suffice. Oh, Pizzawizard didn't return home. It could have been a fake wolf form to Hamburg, and he's now gone back into Berlin. Because that's probably the last place that Dracula checked. No, Aerol checked it, and it wasn't. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I respect the Amsterdam check. Oh, there's no fakery. Oh, Dracula could just be in Strasbourg laughing at all this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, that's also another thing, right? They can't get across to the UK. So yeah, it's just very, very safe. We know Mina's got forewarned. So the chances of these 3 having forewarned is very unlikely. And even if you do, you might be able to catch the right one anyway. Oh no! So Mina taking all that damage, that 8 damage from the vamp, might be the thing that won Pizzawizard the game, because Mina just cannot do anything over here. I think you're gonna have to be brave. I think you're gonna have to like check Manchester. I think. Because if he's in Edinburgh hiding, then you kind of checkbaited him behind Manchester, which is kind of nice. But then you could, Dracula could move in, I suppose. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sending Mina. Oh, hello. I don't know. That was a difficult one. You got forewarned, right? So Mina is somewhat protected. But Drac's in a good spot here. We're needing 2 more moves. And Dracula has seen out 2 renewed vigors. That's huge work. Oh, actually, we know now, because Brussels got ruled out, we know it's the UK. Is Pizzawizard's decision to play Dracula inspired? It's looking like it. It's looking like it. It's certainly looking good at the moment. R2Win will be taking notes, I'm sure. Oh, Mina didn't move in! Oh my goodness! Oh, it's gonna come down to the final day! Oh no! Oh my goodness! No, Aerol saying GG, well played. Ah, the fact that Brussels couldn't get checked because of that slow horse actually really slowed down the hunter's ability to do stuff. Yeah, the early CG, that's the thing, right? It was kind of good because it forced Dracula off, but then all that pressure is gone. Because Dracula knows you don't have it anymore, so I can do these and give Dracula 2 event cards. I can go back to, you know, the UK, and I'm very, very safe. I can't go to Swansea, but it doesn't matter because you only needed to get, you know, 4 moves in here. You got hide as well that you can do. So, and then, yeah, the Fog and Le Havre is actually really key. The fact that that wasn't matured. Or, you know, that didn't get dealt with. Or the fact that the Vamp... Dracula sacrificed the 3 health. The 3-point Vampire over here. But that puts so much pressure on the board in terms of having this roadblock, essentially, over here. And it couldn't get... The hunters just couldn't get across. Yeah, because because the problem with hide, because the reason why hide counts as a fury move is because it has the same back of the card as a normal move. So it'd be very suspicious in a game if Dracula went, "Oh, I'm doing a normal move, but I don't get points." Right? It'd look very suspicious. Yeah. So Dracula is either hiding in Edinburgh right now or hiding in London right now. And you've made a land move. That's the only criteria, is make a land move. Yes, yeah, Warehouse made a good point. That's something I didn't know for a long time. If you play it face up, if you're revealed, it still counts. Oh, he could be in Plymouth, that's true. Oh, we're going to find out. Oh, where is he? Oh, he's in Plymouth! Probably the first time that Plymouth is going to be the end location. And also, if you move into a hunter, you get points. Because you've made a land move, even though you're not placing an encounter. The points come from the movement, not from the encounter phase, which is very interesting. And that shouldn't change, in my opinion. Can Mina get there? I doubt it, because she should have been, you know, keeping tickets for other stuff. But you never know. But it's going to be tough. 10 health Drac, 2 cards, depending on what it is. It could be a false tit, there could be an enraged. Charlie Carriage or Sense of Emergency would do it, but Sense of Emergency is not a good spot. Is there no Charlie Carriage left? Yes, there's one left. Ah, she can only make it to London. Oh, there's a but. Okay, we might get combat with Dracula after all. Interesting. So Aerol's saying that he was, like, too cautious this time around. Whereas in the other game, Aerol's too gun-ho. But there's clearly some movement issues. We're going to try and look at that. That's a bat. Yeah. I got forewarned. Yeah, Mina had to move quicker, but then Mina was too low health. That's the problem. So as soon as that happened... Oh, she had great strength as well. Oh, if you have great strength, I don't know. Just go for it. You just never know. Oh... On 10 HP, Pizzawizard, the number 5 seed, the 2023 champion and last year's runner-up, is in the final once again. Pizzawizard and R2Win will face off against each other for the title, for the League of Dracula 2025 championship. I don't know when the games will take place, but hopefully between the two of them, we can organize a time that can even work for it to be streamed. The fact that all three, I mean, if I'm going to be the one streaming it, we'll see if other people are available, but if I am going to be the one streaming it, or at least we're all in Europe, so that's not bad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, you don't get into the semi-final without, you know, putting in a lot of effort, and Aerol did play well. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Clearly there's some issues with items of the thing because we can't see that. You know, we can't critique that aspect of it too much. Very good effort there by Aerol. Nicely done. So if Aerol and Artanum wish to play a series between the two of them to try and work out who will get third place, then they can. But it's not. It's not obligatory, but we know we have at least 2 more games from this league, or this tournament, I should say, left. We have the presumptive favourite coming to the tournament versus the newcomer everyone warned me about going in. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if you'd said, you know, I was always going to put Pizzawizard as like #1 seed in my book, just because, you know, of the experience factor and the fact that he's done it before. There's lots of other good players out there, of course. Didn't finish first in the league phase, but the league phase was a little bit more random this year. But at the end of the day, as I said, even as a top player, you don't need to get #1 seed. Just get yourself... I mean, #1 seed does give you, like, a psychological and, in theory, you know, a theoretical better path through the knockouts. But we saw there's a lot of high seeds got knocked out. There's a lot of shocks. But, yeah, you just need to get yourself into the knockout phase, and then you're in the conversation. And, you know, you can make it through those games. Hello, Pizzawizard. Welcome in. If the Le Havre one wasn't a fog, I'd have jumped on him. Yeah. When did Ina get forewarned? That was probably, like, the big thing. Well done. Well done, Pizzawizard. Ah, there were horse problems. Okay, we kind of figured that out. Only got the tickets. Oh, they have the horses but no tickets. Oh, that's a real shame. But then again, Pizzawizard had to capitalize on that, right? And Pizzawizard did do it. Yeah, yeah, I get that. Yeah, very good. So yeah, as I was saying, I was blowing your trumpet a little bit, Pizzawizard, but by saying, you know, you're maybe the presumptive favorite with a lot of people. I don't know actually. I should remember, but I don't. Did Pizzawizard? Did you play R2 win in the league stage? Maybe you did. Was it the final game? Was it in week 8? You both played each other. Oh, you did. And what was the outcome? Ooh, R2 win beat Pizzawizard twice in the league phase. That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Why then? The way you drop down a little bit more. Ooh, will the same thing happen in the finals? Yeah, if anyone doesn't know, R2 win was a player who joined the community like pretty close to the tournament starting, was playing a lot of games, and everybody I was talking to was going, This player is really good. I'm losing lots of games against R to win. So yeah, definitely very much like I didn't want to put pressure on anybody to say, oh, this could be like a dark horse for like the potential champion, but R to win made it into the final, and that's very impressive for a first showing. And yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it more when we do like the final and sort of the hype before it and that, but if you look at the fixtures and like how everybody performed with like the medium Buckhold score and that, R to win had like an easier time in the league phase, but ultimately that's not R to win's like problem. Like you can only beat who you're given, right? And the draw gave R to win, certain opponents, and R to win ended up beating the majority of them, and then has won all 3 knockout rounds so far 2-0. And has beaten Spencer Wolfhart, who we know is an experienced player, Ghost Wheel, a fellow newcomer, and then Artenum, the other newcomer, but it also done very well, to beat Fangs of Fire in the knockouts and that. So, and Stuffalophagus too. So, you can only beat who's in front of you, but Artuin has clearly shown, pedigree and is definitely a worthy finalist, that's for sure. So, it's going to be very intriguing to see how that sort of matches up. So if Aerol had won this game, we'd be guaranteed a brand new name on the trophy and in the Hall of Champions at the top spot, but maybe not.
I'm in danger.
Maybe not. So yeah, if you look at like across the league phase and then in the knockout phases, R2Win has, had the easier run of it and has, finished higher seeding that, but we've seen it a lot. We've seen it, in previous tournaments. Well, we had the league last year, and then in this tournament too. All that stuff doesn't really matter the minute the final starts. You've got 2 or maybe 3 games. Whoever plays better across those 2 games is going to be the champ, and that's it. So, all of that kind of stuff about everything that's happened in the last few weeks doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it's interesting to think about. Definitely interesting to think about. So yeah, we'll have to see. So obviously, I'll get in contact with you, Pizzawizard. Let's see if we can. Obviously, you two need to prioritize the times that you can play. But if we're able to find a way that we can guarantee that it can be streamed, that'd be great. And the fact that both of you are in Europe, that will really help in terms of like the timing. Hopefully, I'm very happy to put my hat in the ring to stream it. If other people are okay with that and get some guest commentators in, there we go. But I've still got some uncertainty at my end with certain things, and my time is very limited, unfortunately. So we'll see if we can make it work. We'll make it work. But obviously, you two, as like your priority is, you need to find a time, and obviously you don't want to be waiting weeks and weeks and weeks to play it because it's Christmas coming up, but also you've got your own like tournament sort of momentum to think about. But we've all played ahead of schedule. You can relax. It's Friday night. You can chill, and we'll get hyped for the final. It's gonna be very exciting stuff. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Congratulations to Pizzawizard. I also say congratulations to Aerol. Didn't win this time around, but Aerol's had a very good tournament. Semi-finalist. Very good stuff indeed. So, yeah. We're almost at the end of this tournament. Very exciting stuff. So we'll see what happens in the upcoming games. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching on YouTube. Remember, links down below for everybody who streams games from the community, plus links to the Discord. Everybody on Twitch, thanks for watching. I don't think we'll do a raid. We'll just sign off. Apologies for the coughing during the game too. This cough's been with me all week, and it's really annoying. Hopefully it'll go away soon. But until then, take care everybody. Have a nice weekend. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.